Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing with Dan Diker and Billy Doc Niles. Today's program is brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue on Highway 16 West Salem and downtown La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist on La Crosse's north side. By JT's Long Shots Bar and Grill in historic downtown West Salem. By Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona. Pizza Hut. Now here's Dan with this week's show.
Hi again, race fans. Big Boar Barbecue I'm about due for some barbecue. Presents Seven Rivers Racing here in KQEG TV, our little weekly get-together to talk about racing between now and October. Joining me this year, if you've not seen him yet, on our YouTube page, our Facebook page, or on your television set, that would be the one and only Billy Doc Niles, coming through in 4K, I might say.
4K?
Oh, those newfangled, shiny, expensive TVs.
Oh, I don't have 4K, but I got a 1080p.
I think I have, I'm like the 17 range or something like that. I got a new one for Christmas.
Must be nice.
No racing at La Crosse Speedway last week. No highlights this week. Man, I was this close to shedding a tear.
And a lot of people were bummed out by him calling it on Saturday, but let's face it, La Crosse was not the only one to pull the trigger early.
It was a good call.
It was a very good call.
It was a good call.
It was a very good call. I mean, I was down in the Dells when I got the text message on Saturday night, and made my way home on Sunday afternoon. And, it was rainy in spots, it was windy, and it was just downright cold. And, you weren't going to have a lot of people in the stands. The drivers that were talking about coming from, Minnesota and the Madison area, you never knew if they were going to come up because they weren't going to take a chance on the weather. I think it was a smart decision to pull the plug. A lot of people say, well, they try and put the show on during Oktoberfest. Well, this isn't Oktoberfest. This is just the season opener. We got a long time. If we get more rainouts, we got a long time to make these up. You can't make Oktoberfest up. So I applaud the Speedway for making the decision to pull the plug.
Gotta let you know the program being brought to you this afternoon and all weekend long by Big Boar Barbecue, JT's Long Shots, my new spot for my after race places to eat.
Love them. Garlic parm wings, man, are they good.
I'm going to be killing them on Saturday nights. Also, Pizza Hut on La Crosse and Winona. I like that triple-decker box, especially a big fat brownie that's in the bottom of it.
I like their lunch buffet.
And Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, they've been with the program all 7 years. We have been on the air. So, this weekend is the Joe Shear Classic down at Madison International Speedway. I'm going to be heading down. Billy's going to be heading down. We're going to take a dirt driver. Nate Butterfield with us is going to go as well.
He better be buying gas.
He's going to be doing a lot more with the gas situation. Paul Reichert, who's going to join us in the program from our Burning Rubber Race Report on our radio side of things, is going to be heading down as well. So we're going to have a lot of video next weekend, a lot of audio as well. A lot of tracks getting it done this weekend. The weather across the board looks good.
Yeah, pretty much everybody had to pull the plug last week. So you got, 4 tracks opening up this Saturday night. You got another 3 opening up on Sunday in the coming weeks. The rest of them are going to follow suit. So we got a lot of action. I mean, you could throw a dart anywhere. You're going to find a short track that's going to be racing this weekend in Wisconsin.
Toma gets there. I think it's, the Rust Buster?
The Rust Buster, yeah, we got it right here. Toma's Rust Buster happening this Sunday afternoon. So if you're watching this, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there's a race to go to. Modified Sportsman, Street Stocks, Pro Hornets, and Hornets. First green flag drops at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
And it's the first race of the year because they'll flip to that Friday night format after the first 3 or 4 races. That's $5 admission and $1 hot dogs. So there's the kicker.
They're going to be saving money because you're going to be in Madison.
Yeah, I know. I can't go to Toma Sunday, so don't hit my Facebook. Don't ask where I am.
Well, yeah,
But I have a challenge, though, because I understand as we tape the radio program this week, we talked to Greg McCarnes, who owns Madison International Speedway and the ARCA Midwest Tour. It's the 11th seasonal opener for the Midwest Tour, 10th Shear Classic down at MIS, which is on Sunday. And Greg revealed that there are some new concession items that his wife Angie is waiting for me to try on Sunday in Madison. He only gave me one of them. It's a 1.5 pound pretzel.
Leave it to some promoter to hire you to be the taste tester for their concession food. I mean, and we talked to Greg. They got a really cool party going on this Saturday with a giant pig. Lucky for them, there's going to be enough for everybody because you won't be there. So I think it's really cool that they're trying this pound-and-a-half pretzel. Sounds very interesting. So I'm sure we'll be waiting for your approval and review on Facebook come Monday.
I will definitely be doing that. Saturday I won't be going anywhere because I'll give a plug. Jeff Thompson, the Silver Slingshot, is having his racing smoker at 5 o'clock at Heroes Bar and Grill inside the Dazen and Lacrosse Conference Center on French Island. Hopefully everybody comes out. Everyone does support smokers. We'll be there from like 5 to midnight, and he is busy stuffing Chinese auction baskets as we speak. And another good weekend for a lot of these different racetracks getting their things underway finally.
That's right. You got Dells Raceway Park with their 55th season opener coming this Saturday. The Cabin Fever 50 for the late models. You got the Sportsmen, Outlaws, Bandits, and Legends qualifying at 5:30. First race at 7 p.m. Jefferson Speedway with their 66th season opener. Late models, Sportsmen, Internationals, Hobby Stocks, Road Warriors, and Bandits qualifying at 5. First green flag at 7 p.m. Rockford Speedway with their 70th season opener this weekend. Ladies' night, $5 admission for all the ladies, plus a free rolls when you come in. Late models, American Short Trackers, Roadrunners, Bandits, Winged Women on Wheels. And for the Roadrunners, the morning makeup dash. That'll be interesting to see what that's all about. First race at 7:07 in Rockford. Marshfield Speedway is opening up this weekend. Super late models, Pier Stocks, Extreme 4s, and Bandits. First green flag drops at 7 o'clock. $5 admission for everybody 9 years and older. And, of course, this week at Sunday afternoon, not only does Madison have the Shear Classic, but Slinger Speedway has the 70th season opener. Super late models, Midwest Sportsmen, Figure Eights, Area Sportsmen, Heroes, Bees, 75-lap super late model main event. First green flag drops at 2 p.m. And, of course, like we mentioned earlier, Thomas Sparta Raceway, the Rust Buster, is going to be opening up this Sunday afternoon. Modified Sportsmen, Street Stocks, Pro Hornets, and Hornets. First green flag at 3 p.m. Then, of course, next Saturday, the Tundra Series opens up Wisconsin International Raceway. Then they'll go to their Thursday program. Lacrosse Speedway also opening the 13th, and Elko Speedway opening up on the 20th.
And, of course, also got street drags on May 12th at the Lacrosse Speedway as well. Last year, we did some interviews at the Lacrosse Speedway banquet. We had a chance to talk to the man that captured the late model Rookie of the Year, one of the most excited drivers to be where he was. It was a goal his entire life. And Rob Christian and his son, who got Rookie of the Year in the Thunderstocks, Christopher Christian, is going to join us.
Yeah, and if that late model looks familiar, it might have been mine.
Except for the color. Yeah, I think Bill's got some insights on that. That's coming up next right here on Big Boar Presents 7 Rivers Racing.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Or you don't have to drive down to Des Moines to get great pulled pork too. If you want ribs, the best in town, pulled pork or chicken too, just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
In downtown La Crosse, there's only one place where you can find award-winning barbecue. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer from Big Boar Barbecue. The people from La Crosse have spoken and voted us the best barbecue and the best caterer in La Crosse County. Try it yourself and you'll agree. We've got the highest quality ribs, pulled pork, brisket, smoked chicken, and ham. Barbecue like nowhere else. Got a meeting or special event? We could cater it. Ask about our business delivery service. Big Boar Barbecue on 3rd Street downtown and Highway 16 West Salem.
Yeah!
Have you tried the Great Lunch Buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Don't get up, get online and get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
Hey guys, welcome to JT's Long Shots in West Salem. I'm Trisha.
And I'm Jim.
Your new sports bar for watching all your favorite sports. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, with $1.75 domestics and rails. For lunch or dinner, the kitchen is open. Half-price burgers on Mondays. Tuesday, it's bone or boneless wings. Fish tacos on Friday. Stop after the races on Saturday nights for music.
Jim and I would love to see you at JT's Long Shots Sports Bar and Grill
See you after the races.
in downtown West Salem.
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Save up to $1,000 on select American Standard home comfort systems. Call Carey Heating today or visit AmericanStandardAir.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions.
Welcome back, Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Dyker. More interviews coming your way from the stars and the cars from the La Crosse Speedway. Kind of recapping what happened in 2016 as we are at the annual La Crosse Speedway banquet at the Stony Creek Inn. One of the next gentlemen was probably one of the most giddiest drivers that was at that speedway last year. I knew prior to racing last year, during the offseason, Rob Christian was going to be in a late model. And the more that you and I got to talk, the more that this guy was smiling and got giddier and giddier. And, man, you were ready to race by, like, last February.
Yeah, I was real excited to get in the car and get the race started. And it was a pretty big deal for me to do this. This is a 30-year dream.
Of course, Rob Christian was the Rookie of the Year for the NASCAR Quick Trip Late Models under the Whelen All-American Series. And did you think we'd be sitting here a year later talking about you, Rookie of the Year?
That's what I wanted. That's what my goals were, is to go out there and get the Rookie of the Year. And I says, all I can do is try. Just go out there. This is my third time running for a Rookie of the Year in separate divisions, and I fell short the last two times, so I really wanted this one.
What was it? I mean, you didn't have a huge crew. You spent a lot. I mean, I watched your Facebook, man. And the interesting thing is, folks, Rob just doesn't sit around, have a local job, and have all the time in the world to work on his Quick Trip NASCAR late model. You're an over-the-road truck driver, so your time spent working on that car is limited more than, say, someone that lives in West Salem, works in West Salem.
Yeah, I get very, very limited time, and these cars take a lot of time and a lot of money. And I had guys here and guys there, but they're dedicated guys. And I had probably the smallest crew in the division. But I would come home on a Friday night, and we would work till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, take a little nap, and then go to the racetrack. So it was tough.
And he's correct. Like I said, I watched your Facebook enough times. Well, first off, I wanted to see where you were venturing off to. Florida's like his favorite spot for driving a semi. But you could tell, the way that he was on Facebook, he was getting more pumped and more pumped to come back home because he knew he was going back to his baby, which he called it on Facebook. You know, one of the cool things, I guess you could say, you didn't get into a lot of major snafus this year where you were having to rebuild stubs and front ends, and I mean, you kept out of harm's way quite a bit this year.
I learned that from my last episode in the sportsman car. I went out there and I probably drove in harder than I should, and I had to look at the big picture on this. I always left the big picture in my mind. Be smart, but be aggressive and learn. This car was totally different driving than any other car I'd driven, and these are totally different guys. I mean, these guys are good out here in La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. We got the best.
How long do you think it really took you where you finished a race and sat back and went, I really feel comfortable now?
Probably, I would say at least a good 6 to 7 races.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's when you first get into the car, for me, there's the adrenaline and how fast these cars go. And after a while, I would say at least 6 races. That kind of goes away, and you can concentrate on how you're driving in the car, how you're coming off the corners, and how wide these cars are. It's a trick. These guys that are running up front, they're very good drivers.
Now, the other thing that's weighing on Rob Christian's shoulder this year is not concentrating on his late model, just not concentrating on Rookie of the Year. You also had to pay attention to what your son was doing because Christopher Christian was running for Rookie of the Year in the Thunderstocks, and he got that too. How much time did you really have to be able to pay attention on a night the Thunderstocks were on the late models of what he was doing?
Well, be honest with you, I watch more of his on a recorded because I'm usually in my car when he's out there racing, or vice versa. He's in his car while I'm getting ready to race. And so I didn't get to watch a lot of Christopher's racing besides everyone recording it, and then I go back and watch it until the end. I says, I got to watch the end. I mean, his rookie debut or his bout was like 3 points, and it was it went down to the very last race to almost to the last lap. So it was pretty cool that he got to win that.
I mean, obviously, you're very proud of yourself for what you accomplished, but how does it feel being a father of a young driver that's your son that also gets a Rookie of the Year?
Well, almost words can't explain, and I would give mine away just for him to have one.
Well, I tell you what, they both got him. Now, I saw that he's got his car for sale. He's not done racing, though.
No, Dad's building him just a little better one.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
So, Rookie of the Year, you got the belt. You got a first full season under your belt. Give me some of the things that you would like to accomplish heading into this year.
Top 10s next year, consistently. Points, we want to get in the top 8. I just want to be consistent. I want to run closer to the front, and I need to start winning a heat race here and there. And it'll come sooner or later, but it's time for me to start stepping up and winning.
Same paint scheme on the 64?
I don't know. We haven't talked to the guy that paints the car yet.
I love it when these guys keep secrets from me. You guys tease me all winter long. Guess what? Guess what? When I'm like, what? Can't tell you till April rolls around.
Well, there's sometimes it's the way in my situation, I come home and it might be a different color.
Just as long as it's one you don't go, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, right?
So in your shop right now, the car's sitting there. I saw some pictures. You were yanking a motor here about a month or so ago. How close are you to race season?
We got a lot of work to do. We need the off-season probably to be a little longer because it comes so fast. And still, again, we got limited time to work on these cars. The motor's out, and the motor's getting rebuilt. So that should be done in plenty of time. Changing the front geometry of the car, so we got a little work to do to it, but it's coming together nice.
All right, well, just like his and his son Christopher's racing careers last year came together, 2 Rookies of the Year coming out of the same family. I was so proud to be able to announce that at Oktoberfest. I've never done that at Lacrosse ever, has had a father and son win Rookie of the Year in the same year. Rob, we appreciate you stopping by. Good luck and have a good time at the banquet tonight, and can't wait to see what that 64's got for April.
Thanks, Dan.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Or you don't have to drive down to Des Moines to get great pulled pork too. If you want ribs, the best in town, pulled pork or chicken too, just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
The people have spoken. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer from Big Boar Barbecue. Recently voted the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County by popular vote. And no, this wasn't a rigged election. Try it yourself. Taste our delicious, tender, fall-off-the-bone ribs, pulled pork, brisket, smoked ham, or chicken. And you'll agree this is the best barbecue. You'll find us on 3rd Street downtown and on Highway 16 in West Salem. But our catering truck can come right to your door for any special occasion. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful.
Yeah!
Have you tried the great lunch buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Don't get up, get online, and get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Save up to $1,000 on select American Standard home comfort systems. Call Carey Heating today or visit AmericanStandardAir.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions.
Hey guys, welcome to JT's Long Shots in West Salem. I'm Trisha.
And I'm Jim.
Your new sports bar for watching all your favorite sports. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, with $1.75 domestics and rails. For lunch or dinner, the kitchen is open. Half-price burgers on Mondays. Tuesday, it's bone or boneless wings. Fish tacos on Friday. Stop after the races on Saturday nights for music.
Jim and I would love to see you at JT's Long Shots Sports Bar and Grill
See you after the races.
in downtown West Salem.
Big Boar Barbecue. I love saying that. Anytime I get a food sponsor, I'm just salivating. Presents Seven Rivers Racing here in KQEG TV. I would be Dan Diker. My co-host is Billy Doc Niles, all the way at the other end. He's just thinking about Big Boar Barbecue himself. He's also thinking about the wings at JT's Long Shots, and he's thinking about those double stuffed crust pizzas at Pizza Hut.
Oh, well, yeah, I think about food too, but man, it's amazing. I look like this, and you eat twice as much as me, and you look like that. It's just
exactly
amazing.
Right. Paul Reichert does the Burnham River Race Report on our radio show on Kugel at 1460 WBOG. We're going to bring him in today because the Shear Classic is going to be in Madison on Sunday. All three of us are going to be going down there with microphones in hands, a lot of video taping going on as well. And this is one of those kind of races, if you listen to Paul's race report, not only does he just slam down every track that's got something going on, he knows the history behind a whole lot of these drivers. And Paul, would I be too light to say that the early 36 super late model entry list is not an all-star race?
No, I kind of think it is an all-star race. It's kind of like starting Oktoberfest.
Could you imagine, Billy Doc, if somebody could put together, say, $50,000? Because if I won the lottery, I would do this. I've said it forever. Take $50,000 at the Lacrosse Speedway or Madison and have an actual Midwest All-Star race.
That would be phenomenal. You get it at a place like Lacrosse or actually any venue for that matter, Lacrosse, Madison, Rockford, Elko, Marshfield, Jefferson, anywhere in the state is prime racing here. Slinger, Kaukauna, you got an all-star race right there. You got an all-star race anywhere you bring these guys to. And it would be phenomenal to put up money like that at any one of these tracks and run it.
8 drivers have etched their names in the Joe Shear Classic history book. Only one driver, Nathan Haslai, has actually won it twice. The entry list, 4 previous winners. That's going to be Dan Fredrickson, Andrew Morrissey, Travis Sauter, and Ty Majeski. Out of those 4 names, do any of those 4 win this time?
Oh, yeah. Any one of them got a shot. Ty Majeski still on a roll. I mean, he's still on a roll after he won the Dells a few weeks ago. And it was one of his tracks that he had trouble with. He's run well everywhere he goes. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be the one people are going to look at and say, that's the guy I got to beat.
You got a guy racing the Shear Classic that has 3 wins in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and 85 starts in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Does Rich Bickle Jr. have a chance to win this thing?
Well, he's done pretty good. He won the Super Late Model Triple Crown, I think, back in 2012. So Madison's been a great track for him over the years. So I wouldn't put it past him to try to win it.
Other names: Derek Kraus, Natalie Decker, Dennis Prunty, Bobby Wilberg, Dalton Zier, Paul Schaefer Jr. Remember, we had him on the radio show last year. He won the Chicagoland area race, and he's just one of these kind of guys. Doesn't look like your typical. He's like Billy Martin, got the long hair, glasses, punk rocker kind of a guy. Had on the radio show last year. John Beal has 3 feature wins at MIS in 2016, and then of course you've got the young guns right now, Natalie Decker or Derek Kraus. What would it say for this first ARCA Midwest Tour race of 2017 if someone like Natalie Decker or Derek Kraus won this big one? 200 laps too, by the way.
Yeah, it would be really big for them, especially with Natalie running the 3 ARCA races she's planning to do this year with Marine Motorsports. So that would really, really help her out in that.
Billy, what do you think?
Derek Kraus, he's doing really well in the KNS series right now, and it wouldn't shock people if he came out and won this race because he's been that smooth and that good. He won, I believe, a Midwest Tour race at the Dells last year, and he's been running really good the last 2 years. Not shocked if he wins it.
Also, the Midwest Truck Series is going to be on hand. This will be their first official race of the year, and of course, Regan May is going to be running a truck full time this year. James Swan, Rick Corso, and the Wood brothers. I mean, there's so many big names that could win that thing in Madison. And the Mid-Ams are going to be out for the second time this year.
Yeah, after, of course, I was at Rockford for the Spring Classic, and they had their season opener there, and that was a pretty crazy race. Lyle Nowak got a little damage in his heat race, wasn't sure he was going to come back for the feature, but did make it out, and actually ended up winning it. Dan Gilster was fast qualifying for his second, so he's off to a good start, so should be a good show at Madison.
Local favorite Danny Gilster leading the points right off the bat. What do you think? And again, this is not La Crosse Speedway. This is not a shorter track that the Mid-Ams run in the state of Wisconsin. We're going long time around in Madison.
Yeah, they're running on the half mile, and Danny's been running. For first couple of years, he was kind of just running off and on, picking spots when it came to the Mid-Ams. The last, I think it's the last 3 or 4 years, he's finally been running the full-time series. He's starting to get the hang of all these tracks, and it's his improvement is starting to show. He goes out to Rockford, he gets fast time, then he runs second to Nowak in the race. So I think he's going to be a championship contender finally this year.
And then one of his former cars, he's having a smoker this weekend. Mark Lethe is going to be having a smoker this weekend. He is in one of the former Danny Gilster Mid-Am cars, which he's going to be running at La Crosse this weekend. Jeff Thompson also has a smoker this weekend. I love plugging these guys because, tell you what, the support that these guys get from other drivers and race fans is simply phenomenal. So that's going to be MIS. We're going to have a lot of video. We're going to talk about that next weekend. La Crosse Speedway. Was this a good thing for some folks to have a rain out that weren't ready?
Yeah, we talked about this in the opening segment. I thought it was a good move, and La Crosse wasn't alone in this. Paul, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a good move there. Slinger made the same decision on Saturday to cancel their season opener, and
Jeff Jefferson did too.
Yeah, it was just windy as heck, and sometimes the fans you want to put them through all the wind and all the rain, and that was a good call, I think.
Well, so again, coming up on next week's show, we're going to have a lot of interviews. We're going to have a lot of video that we're going to be capturing from the Shear Classic, a lot of very well-known names in this entire area. We'll let you know what Mid-Ams are down, what trucks are down. And of course...
And follow us on our Facebook page for our radio show. We might just do a walk-around live.
We may have to do that. And then I might even have to have another segment added onto the show next week because we do 3 8-minute segments. They're introducing new concession items in Madison that Greg McCarnes and Angie are going to introduce to me. So we're going to take a video, and these guys are going to have to follow me around so I can sample what is new at MIS.
Nobody wants that job.
That is the consumer product portion of this program, brought to you by El Stomaco.
A sponsor even. Incredible.
Talking about sponsors, we got some great ones that have followed us for quite a long time here in Seven Rivers Racing. Of course, the Kerry Heating and Air Conditioning, Pizza Hut of Winona and La Crosse, JT's Long Shots in downtown, beautiful West Salem, and our main sponsor this year, Billy's been there. Have you been to Big Boar Barbecue yet?
Yes, I've been there a couple times with
What's
my
your
dad.
favorite?
The brisket.
There you go. And the coleslaw.
All of it. Oh, the macaroni and cheese is phenomenal.
Guess where we're going when we're done taping tonight. Want to thank everybody for joining us in the program. A lot of videos are we going to be hitting right now. Also, like Billy said, check out the Facebook page. We may even have to go live at Shear on Sunday. For Billy Doc Niles, Paul Reichert, our producer, way back there somewhere, Jesse, and our station manager, Rick Wilson, I be the voice, Dan Diker. Until next time, support your local racetracks.
You've been watching the Big Boar Barbecue presentation of Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV. Seven Rivers Racing is brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue on Highway 16 West Salem and downtown La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Kerry Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists on La Crosse's north side. By JT's Long Shots Bar and Grill in historic downtown West Salem. By Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona. Pizza Hut. Join us next week at this same time for Doc and Dan and Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV.